Hey guys, what's up? Um, so episode three, I was going through my pictures for the next 6 months from like Christmas type, like I was talking last time, to like March or whatever, all the way to I would say like right before my year anniversary of being sober. So around the beginning of June. So from March to around the beginning of June. I know that I was talking about before how I looked like shit. I feel like I was starting to look a little bit better. I was keeping up on my hair, smiling more, just feeling a lot more into myself, which is awesome. I feel like it's definitely important when it comes to doing and staying with something like that. So that was definitely something going through my pictures that I was like, all right, cool. Like I'm definitely looking better. I'm feeling myself. Making funny faces again. Just doing good, doing good up here, which is a good thing. So then I will go ahead and talk about another addiction. I still sometimes do to this day. A couple of months ago, I was just on it. I would love to stop. I think this time I really am going to stick to it because every time I quit, it makes me sick. What I'm talking about is energy drinks. I had not had an energy drink in such a long time. And then here comes Ghost, the company, with all these different flavors. And I loved it. It was so good. And I mean, every time I put that much caffeine in my body, I know a lot of people do it, which is great. That's awesome that some people can do it. I, however, can't. I 100% am not the type of person that can just drink 2 or 3 energy drinks a day and still continue to keep going. I get addicted to it. I drink more and more and more and more. And then when I stop, I get real sick and I have headaches. And it's because of all that extra caffeine. Um, I know we talked about this before. I'm not the kind of person that can just have one or two and be done. Otherwise, I wouldn't be an addict. Otherwise, I wouldn't be an alcoholic. Like if I'm going 100. That's just how my brain works. That's a lot of also why I like to get into like more of a personal what's the word I'm looking for? Like the journey I'm on now, something that's more beneficial, more personal, more into being healthy, and run with that 100% instead of trying to hold on to these addictions, hold on to that feeling, which again is another thing that we're going to talk about eventually. Um, One of the other addictions that I had, but I guess I'm gonna keep teasing you guys with it because it's not at all what we're going to talk about today. So, um, energy drinks, terrible. They're so bad for you. That kind of goes into when I'm drinking energy drinks. My diet's always terrible too. There's a place right up the road that the food's amazing. However, it's just not it's not good for you. So there's definitely no reason to be eating it all the time. But oh my gosh, is it good? It's like an old Dairy Queen, but the the owner of it is now not affiliated with Dairy Queen anymore. So they've changed up the name and done stuff like that. But I mean, even as far as like me and my mom when I first quit drinking, and this kind of went into like when I was drinking. Also, we would always go out to eat and things like that. But it was still something we tried to continue with when I got done drinking, when I wasn't drinking anymore, and it definitely didn't work out. But even food like that, I mean, going out to eat and stuff, it's definitely still not good for you. They just put too much in it, and there's too. With me being a type 1 diabetic, what I realize is that if I see this a specific way and I can take this much insulin for it, then I should be able to take this much insulin for the same thing if I make it at home. And it's the complete different, or it's the complete opposite. When I make something myself, I take the correct insulin, it works. When I go out to eat and I take the correct insulin, it does not work. So um, it's just easier to know. The dog loved his ice cream from the Dairy Queen place too. So I mean, it's definitely, but starting to look better, starting to feel better. Was still smoking weed. That's something that I never ended up quitting up until like May of this past year. I stopped for a little bit uh, last November 2023, but it didn't last. I started smoking again in like April. Um, April, yeah, April. So it wasn't for very long. It was about a month, and then some things happened, and I got in trouble. So I haven't smoked since then, and honestly, I don't plan on picking it back up. I'm definitely a advocate for marijuana. I definitely think that it does help some people, and I think that it's a lifestyle that is completely different from alcohol and drugs. But it's just not for me, to be honest with you. So still in the gym, and then still the drive-through. It was getting cold though, or it was cold, so had a little heater and stuff out there. Which in Ohio, it kind of sucks because you're you're cold just randomly. I mean, it can get cold in April. It's terrible. Like wintertime, it's just it lasts forever. So, uh, now I kind of want to get into most of the other pictures from what I went through. Um, are just my kids and appreciation, and I just want to for the next couple minutes just go through and talk about how much I appreciate my kids and how much I miss some of the things that back when I was drinking before I decided to get sober, a lot of things that I missed out on, a lot of things that I feel like I took for granted, I probably did the wrong way, things I don't remember. Um, that's one of the hardest parts of getting sober is looking back and having these flashbacks and things. And you're like, oh, wow, like that is not me, but that's what they see. Now, that being said, something that has stuck with me for a long time that I actually was talking to a buddy about the other day. You can't make anybody think anything that they don't want to. What I mean by that is if they picture something in their head, it doesn't matter who it is. If they are picturing something in their head, whether it's true or not, you have to worry. You can't worry about trying to prove yourself right or this is true or this isn't. What you have to worry about is that's what they think, that's what they see. So you have to own it. It doesn't matter if they're right. It doesn't matter if they're wrong. If you care about that person, including your kids, you have to believe it. Sometimes that sucks. Sometimes it's things that we don't want to hear. Sometimes it's things that we don't want to see or do or feel. But none of that matters when it comes to your kids or the people that you care about because that is something that has to be changed. It's something that has to be fixed. It's one of the hardest lessons that I'm learning in life, to be completely honest with you. But I am learning it, which is a good thing. Um, but just super appreciation posts, like a lot of that stuff that, I mean, I'm not going to say was, uh, you know, the worst thing in the world, but honestly, yeah, like you can't expect to everything to be perfect all the time. And I know that I probably could have made better choices and stuff if I wasn't drinking. So then when I got sober, just a lot of the times hanging out, I'm going to pause for a second and just put a little post in here of Caitlin singing. So right there, that just Caitlin singing is, uh, I don't know. There's just something about my kids, something about my dog that just make me happy. Going out and purchasing things with them and for them and just being goofy and singing in the car and just all the different aspects of being a parent, and actually being a parent, being not necessarily, hard on your kids, but paying attention and realizing what you're doing and realizing what they're doing and putting effort towards being a better person and helping them be better people. You got to remember, kids are kids. Like they have to have structure, they have to have routine, they have to have things that continue to make them better people. But not only do they have to have that, they have to see you do it. You can't just tell people something and expect them to understand. The best way to make something happen is to just do it. Positive action. Positive action is going to create positive results. That's just common sense. I know it's hard for a lot of us, but it really is just common sense. So, a little appreciation for my kids. Um, just Caitlin and the dog is awesome to me. Um, Caitlin used to call me Superman. That, I mean, still warms my heart. All the different gifts I don't really have because they all were at different times. So I don't really have any pictures or anything of the different gifts that she's gotten me over the years. But I mean, I have a card in my wallet, which I don't really carry a wallet. So it's actually in my gym bag. But um, the card in my wallet that literally has a poem on it. It talks about how much she loves me. I have a knife, like a pocket knife, that when you open it up, it says, "Daddy, I love you more." Um, I have a necklace that it has a wolf charm on it. Just so many things that I don't think she even understands how important they are and how much they mean to me, but they do. It's literally everything, which you just can't beat that. You honestly can't. I mean, it's your kids, man. Speaking of gifts, I on my year on June 6th of 2022, my mom gave me a Viking compass, which if you know anything about me, I'm super into all the different aspects of religion and focus and believing, not only just in, Christianity and what we believe, but just in the fact that we believe in something, all the way down to even like the Norse gods and the Vikings and things that they believed in and worked with. It's all part of being looking to a higher leap of a higher power. I don't know, I fumbled up there a little bit, but it's all into looking at a higher power, and the higher power, to be completely honest, is just anything that can make you feel good, anything you believe in, anything that helps you make that next step. Because not everybody can do that, so having something to believe in definitely helps. So she got me this. It's called a Viking compass. I'm reading it now. It says, for protection, guidance, and to help you make the right choices on your journey through life. I think that's so cool. Not saying that I've been making the right choices, not saying that I am right now, but I'm trying. And that's one of the biggest things, is trying. So I thought it was really cool as a gift from my mom. I don't even think she knows that she gave it to me on my year anniversary, but she did, which I think is just so cool. Um, yeah, so much of Caitlin playing with the dog, um, me smoking weed, um, which I'll be honest, it definitely wasn't a bad thing. I still don't think it is. It definitely kept me sane. You can definitely tell that I'm happy in a lot of these things, but at the same time, it's just not for me, not for me anymore. Um, I got another little video in here of Caitlin singing, so I'm gonna take a second to upload that one too, so you guys can see it, because she's amazing. I heard her the other night. I was on the phone with her sister. She was hopping in the shower, and I could just hear her singing at her mom's house in the shower with the bathroom door shut, all the way into her sister's room with on FaceTime. Like, just beautiful voice, beautiful everything. I love Caitlin. I miss her so much. I'm gonna have a full episode, um, once I put it together and get up enough courage to actually talk about some of the things that was said, about mine and her relationship now, and why it is where it is, and just how I feel about it, and honestly how she probably feels. Um, Having a dad who has been through all the things that I've been through and acted all the ways that I acted. I mean, it's not just alcohol, guys. Even when you are smoking weed, when you're not in the right mindset, when you're going through sicknesses and autoimmune deficiencies and things like that, especially having type 1 diabetes and having, um, messed up hormones and stuff, like, that's something that I've learned to control over the years. But in the process of learning to control that, I've made a lot of mistakes. And I know that we learn from mistakes, but kids don't always, they're not going to understand that. They don't see it as learning. They see it as something, something you did, and sometimes they just can't get that out of their mind. Um, there's a lot of mistakes I made, a lot of them, and I know that one day it will be okay. But right now, it tears me up inside knowing that the mistakes that I made have affected the fact that I miss out on a lot of firsts with my firstborn. So that's definitely something that completely is gut wrenching for me, but it will get fixed and it will be okay. And that's what's important, is that one day it will be okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed both those videos of her singing. There will probably be more in future podcasts, because she's just something else and so amazing to me. I love it. So, little recap. Still in the gym, happy, which is good. feel good about myself, appreciation for my kids. Don't get addicted to energy drinks. They're terrible for you. Try not to eat out as much. It's bad for you. Um, what else? It's cold in Ohio. I went and seen Garth Brooks with my brother-in-law, my sister, and my mom. That was pretty cool. Definitely a good show. Um, Went out with the kids one day and bought a ton of Squishmallows from Five Below. It was one of the best experiences. I remember it was so much fun. Uh, just, you don't realize how much you have until you're focused on it. And you don't realize how much you fucked up while you're fucking it up. So try not to do that. Focus on your kids, focus on yourself, focus on your money. There's habits that we all want to focus on. You know, 6 habits that we all need is mindfulness. Definitely having a better mindset in things. Getting into the gym, getting into fitness. I don't care if it's even just doing some squats at home at night or stretching. It's something. A piece of art, just being creative. Doing something that makes you happy in a sense of creativity, because you don't realize how creative you are until you try, um, especially nowadays. And having some sort of side hustle, having something that you love doing that brings in a little bit of money, because going to work every day and coming home is depressing and nobody wants to do that, especially in this day and age. There's so many easy ways to make money online and with friends and with side hustles that it's so worth doing, honestly. Um, Continuing to learn just in general, learning something new every day. So like I was talking about in the book that I'm reading from Dan Sullivan, he literally talks about one of your wins being something you can learn. That makes so much sense. Even if it's the smallest thing, as long as you write it down, you're going to realize it. You're going to realize it. You're going to remember it. It's going to be good. And then kindness. This is huge. I do not care what anybody says. Kindness goes a very long way. Like, quit. Kindness goes a very long way. People remember kindness. It is probably one of the most important things in life. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what your beliefs are in it. Kindness is very, very important, whether it's holding the door for somebody, whether it's giving somebody a smile. And you'll learn this because 10% of people you do this to will think that you're doing something or that you are somebody that you're not. They will think that you're hitting on them or that you're into them or that you're being too nice, or, those people are the ones that have the issues that they need to focus on themselves. Those other 90% are going to remember you. They're going to remember the things you did. They're going to remember why you were kind. That is one of the best feelings. When someone comes up to you and they're like, I remember you because you were nice to me, that literally is amazing. Just wait until you guys feel it, because trust me, you're going to like it. So that's going to be it. Another thing that I guess I'm going to touch on for a minute is a couple things that if you feel stuck in life that you can focus on, that you can work on. Take a step back and reflecting on yourself, which is definitely important. Setting new goals. So, I guess not new, but like goals that you can do sooner than what you have. That way you can start checking stuff off and boost your dopamine and continue to be excited about the new goals that you're trying to create. So, staying patient is super hard. I get that being humble is hard, but honestly, it does work. Trying to learn new things every day. A big one, being honest with yourself. To be completely honest, honesty is one of the hardest things to do. But when you are starting to be honest with yourself, you'll realize that it's going to be okay, and that it's better to go ahead and call out the elephant in the room before someone else does, So definitely something important. To wrap this up, I'm going to just do some shout outs for my website and what I got going on. So this podcast is going to go up. This is still going to be part of my sober journey. You can get on. I still have the coaching program, a month for free. Sign on, do your basic assessment. Shoot me an email. We'll talk back and forth, and we'll get that all set up for you if it's something you're interested in. Doesn't matter if it's your diet, physical fitness, mental fitness, therapy. I don't care. Overall wellness. I'm here to help you and to coach you into having better experiences and putting yourself in better situations to continue to have that growth mindset. That's very, very important to me. So, and I'm hoping it's important to you guys too. So, um, also on the website, I got my blog, which I haven't been uploading as much recently because I've been doing a little bit more podcast stuff, but I am going to start uploading more. I also got my digital products coming out, new programs coming out. I got a 7-day detox program coming, a sleep schedule to reset your sleep, reset your sleep. I got both of those coming out. Check them out in the store. Just many things. Sign up for the newsletter just so you can kind of see what's going on with me, things like that. That being said, I'm going to continue to move forward with my sober journey, and then I'm going to start the relationship and fitness and different parts of the podcast here soon. But I kind of wanted to continue going through my pictures. I'm having a really good time learning and doing and going through my pictures and talking to you guys just about all the different aspects of after I got sober. And then we're, of course, going to dig into while I was drinking. That's going to be an eye-opener for, I think, both of us. So like, subscribe, check this out, hit the bell if you're on YouTube, subscribe if you're on Apple or Spotify, email me if you have any questions, comment if you want to tell me anything or ask any questions so I can answer them in the future. And I really want to hear back from you guys. I definitely want to see your feedback. Shoot me a review, any of that stuff. So definitely important. Definitely like talking to you guys, and I appreciate you listening to me. So this is episode 3 of the Wise Dragon podcast, and I'm out. Peace.